Good evening, everybody. This is the first edition of this video set. I'm going to try to publish at least 4 a month. And I'm going to go through the methodology that I use in every chart to break it down, analyze it, look at different time frames, and see if there is a valid thesis or valid trade that we can put together. First chart that I'm going to look is Aussie dollar, and this is account that I put on the Aussie dollar. Let me go way back on this so you could see where we are on Aussie, and we'll go through the different time frames, which always helps me understand price a little bit better. And if you know me or you follow me, you know that to me, price is what leads everything. All narratives, right? So if I do a count, this is a weekly chart. If I do a count here at Elliott Wave, this big wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, then we see this ABC pattern that kind of died off or petered off here on the large Fibonacci back in Feb of 21. And since then, we've seen a decline, and I've labeled that decline in different waves as well, right? So now we stay on the weekly chart. We'll look at this count now. This wave 1, 2, big wave 3, wave 4. Move a little closer on the daily. So now we're focusing on this time frame, right? And the reason I like this time frame is because it follows all the rules kind of well, right? Wave 4 and wave 5 and wave 1 did not intersect, right? It came close, but it stopped right there. If I draw a Fibo, and I'm going to add the 50% retracement to this, you can see how this kind of got to that 50% and it turned lower again. So to me, this looks like a valid wave 4 or a corrective wave higher. So now we have wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, which was this big wave 4. And in Elliott Wave, when you're looking at charts this way, you always want to participate at the end of wave 2 or at the end of wave 4, right? Very difficult to catch tops and bottoms, but you always want to figure out a trend. We know that the big trend is lower. Now we know that this trend is lower. This was the end of this corrective wave 2. This is the end of this corrective wave 4. So in what I call a bucket C trade, you want to be short Aussie, right? You want to be short the Aussie dollar against the US. Now, knowing that you're protecting against this high right here, which is around 71.5, right? Unless you see 71.5 trade, you want to stay on your bucket C trades, on your longer term trades, and your 3 to 6 months time horizon. You want to stay short the Aussie dollar. Now let's move in closer. Now we see the trend lower. We have the count. Now let's see if there's a trend in this wave 4, if there's a count within this wave, this last wave. We're going to concentrate here. So I'm going to move on to the 2-hour chart, because now we're looking at, and I'm going to take this Fibo out, and we're going to look at this wave right here, right, which we've labeled our corrective wave 4, right? So let's go even a little closer to the hourly chart and expand on that a little bit. And I'm going to put a Fibo right here. To me, this looks offered, right? It looks offered. This was a big drop. This was probably a corrective wave. So this would be 1, this would be 2. And now it seems to me that if I label this 1, let's do that. It seems to me that we're in a big wave 3. So if this is 1, This is 2. Seems to me that this wave right here is wave 3, this wave right here. So now what I want to do is I want to see where to participate on this wave. So we keep breaking the chart down. We keep going inside and see what we find. Remember, right? We're on a trend lower. Now I look at this wave, what we've labeled a wave 3, and see what we have. I'm going to take this Fibbo out now, and I'm going to draw a Fibbo from the top of this wave, which was the corrective wave, to what the bottom was. And I see here a semblance of a count right now, right? If I look at this 30-minute chart and I expand on it, I can see that the impulse is lower. This looks corrective, this whole move. This could have been 1. So if I'm going to label this, I'm going to label this wave 1, and I'm going to change colors here. I'm going to label this one wave 1, this initial drop. I'm going to label this one wave 2. I can label this one now wave 3. Wave 1 has got to have to be here. This is wave 4. And it stopped right there at the bottom of wave 1. This big drop would be wave 5. And this is now a proper count, right? A proper count in a wave in what we know is a wave 3 lower. And this obviously here is A right here. This is B. And I think now this would be at the Fibbo of this move, this would be C. So now I know that on my bucket A, I could be short Aussie protecting against the high of wave C. So if I want to be conservative, I look at what the bottom of this move was, right? And I'm going to make it a little bit more visible here. You know, this right here. And I can trade against this level, which is this prior low and this prior high, right? So if I want to be short Aussie on my bucket A, remember I'm short Aussie on my bucket C already because we've defined the trend lower. But if I want to participate here, this is not a bad spot to sell around here at 69.10, 69.15 level, protecting against 69.50, say. So now we found a way to participate in what I think is the right side to be in Aussie, which is short. If we're flat and want to participate in this move that we think is going to go lower after this ABC corrective pattern, we know that we can sell it, or we can start building a little short position around this area, 69.15, 69.20, protecting against this low and this prior high, conservatively say 69.50 or 69.45. So this is a trade now, a setup. And this is how I break down a chart going from the weekly or even the monthly time frame to the daily time frame to the hourly time frame. And this is a 30-minute time frame. And we find here a count that gives us a setup. Now, this doesn't guarantee that the Aussie dollar is going to go lower, but what it does is that it allows you to size as a trader your position, knowing that you're going to have to bail out of that short if it starts breaking above the 69.30, 40 area. So I think we could be short Aussie at 69, or start building a short Aussie position at 69.15, 20. Little by little, adding a little bit, protecting against a break above this level, which would be, now we know, or we think our thesis is that we are in a big wave three. And within that wave three, we found this microstructure that has us as an ABC corrective pattern. So I'm comfortable. I would put in a short position here, protect with a stop loss at 69.50. So that is how I break down the charts, and how I look at things. If you like this, please subscribe to this channel. And also, if you want me to look at any asset, any liquid asset, let me know in the comments. I will break down those charts for you guys. Again, everything that I do, all charts or all technical analysis, is highly subjective. What I try to do with these charts is find levels to trade against. And this is what I think I've done here against the Aussie dollar, being short here as a bucket A with a stop loss at 69.50. Hope this helps. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want me to look at any asset or any chart, also let me know. I look forward to it. Talk to you guys soon.